Clinton. I hope that you're keeping yourselves busy and your fringes aren't getting too long. Today I thought that we would do an activity to do with rainbows. I've seen lots of rainbows in people's windows and around about recently, making people happy. So I thought that we'd do a little activity with them. But I'm struggling with my rainbow at the moment. There isn't any colour in it. I'm going to show you how to add some colour to your rainbow today. So for this you're going to need a piece of paper. I've got an A4 white piece of paper, just a plain piece here. You'll need a pencil, and you'll need a ruler or some sort of contraption to make your rainbow arches. Now you could do this freehand. You could use a compass, or I stole Mr. Sykes's way of making his circles and made my own contraption to make my arches. What I've done is I've measured centimetre gaps and put holes in my piece of card, and I've made sure that I've got 7 of them. I've actually got 8 there because I added 1 for length, but I made sure that I've got 7 so that I've got 1 for each colour of the rainbow. You're also going to need all the colours of the rainbow. So I've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. And you're going to need all those 7 colours. You could use felt tips or colouring pencils, or you could use tissue paper or whatever you want really. So I'm going to start by lining up my piece of card. I'm going to go quite close to the bottom. I'm going to hold it in place, making sure as well that my piece of card is about in the middle, so that when my card arcs, I've got my rainbow about in the middle of my piece of paper. And then it creates the lovely arcs of your rainbow. What you can do once you've done this is make sure that all of your lines are together, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to make sure that I've got 6. This is a little white now because I'm going to make sure that I've got 7. And I messed up a little bit there. It's a little bit wonky, but we won't mind. It's still going to brighten somebody's day. So I'm going to make sure that my ruler is lined up here, and I'm just going to bring my lines down a little bit so that my rainbow is even. It doesn't matter too much if your lines are messy, because when you colour it in, you can go over your faint lines and make it nice and pretty. Now, to make a rainbow, obviously you do need the sun and the rain, so I'm going to draw a nice sun up here as well in the corner, and I'm going to add some colour to that later, and maybe a few clouds because it has been raining and now it's produced my lovely rainbow. Now I've drawn it, I'm going to colour in all of the different layers, going red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. So while I'm colouring in my rainbow, here are some rainbow facts. Did you know that sunlight is actually made up of all of the colours in the rainbow? And when it rains, sunlight refracts through the drops in the water and creates the rainbows that we see. Rainbows are optical illusions and are formed when the light rays bend, and so no two people see the exact same one. Even the person standing right next to you we'll look at a slightly different version of the rainbow. In Irish legend, leprechauns bury pots of gold at the end of the rainbow, but since a rainbow can only be seen at a distance, the gold is forever elusive. From on the ground, we can only see a semicircle rainbow, but from up very high, such as in an aeroplane, you can see a rainbow in a complete circle. Okay, so then you've got your lovely coloured in rainbow, and you could do this with tissue paper or colouring pencils or whatever you want really. So if you want to stop there, then brilliant, you've made a fantastic rainbow. Or you could do something a little different to make it even fancier. I've got myself a plastic wallet, one of these Polly Pocket things, and a black felt tip pen. And I've also got another piece of paper. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my rainbow into my plastic wallet, just like that. And get it all centred and everything where I want it to be. And then I'm going to take my black pen and I'm going to very carefully trace the outline of my rainbow. I'm not going to colour it in, I'm just going to go very, very carefully on the edge, on the lines. Okay, so just like this. You could probably just use a black felt tip for this, but I'm using a black Sharpie just to make sure that it stays. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect with the lines, but you want to get it as close as you can. You might want to use that ruler again to do the bottom. It's a lot easier when you turn the plastic wallet as you do it. So what you want to do is you want to just make sure that you've covered that whole area and you've just outlined your rainbow like that. Don't outline anything else that's on your picture. And then you get your other piece of paper, and on this piece of paper I'm going to draw a couple of clouds, a couple of rain clouds on here, because without rain you can't have a rainbow. So I'm going to draw my rain clouds here. And then I'm going to slide my piece of paper into my plastic wallet over the top of my beautifully coloured in rainbow. And then what you can do is you can reveal your picture underneath to colour it in. Just like that. You can probably do this with any picture. It doesn't have to be a rainbow, as long as you've drawn the outline of the picture on the plastic wallet, so that's what you're covering up. You're covering up the colours. There we go. It worked! Yay! I hope that you enjoyed making your rainbow pictures with me today, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of your rainbow themed art and activities that you're doing at home. Keep it up, Winton.